Hi everyone. All right. I feel like there's going to be a couple videos potentially here. But first I wanted to kind of share, Spirit kind of led me into an experience of something this week that I think, or at least I hope, you will find helpful. It was at least helpful to me. And so this idea of letting go of the external environment. And I want to give you a very specific and kind of cheesy illustration for it, but I think it's so relatable that it can really help sink it from your intellectual understanding into your experience, right? Okay. So letting go of all the situations in the external environment, specifically related to a series of events leading up to a manifestation, right? And this tendency we have as human beings to get really lost in the order of operations, right? I'm getting this image of an Excel spreadsheet in my mind, right? Where we are so bent up on first this, then that, and if it doesn't go that way, then it can't come. And when we talk about this, so I'm just going to use a biblical phrase, not that this is a religious situation, but it's more like in ways you don't understand, things beyond what you can think or ask, in a way that like we can't comprehend as humans. Because the order of events taking place in the 3D doesn't matter. You know, when you listen to near-death experiences and people being sent back and just spontaneously healed, like this guy who was I forget his specific story. I think he was a diver in the military. Anyway, he got in a situation where he basically drowned. And he had an encounter with Spirit and chose to come back. And all of a sudden, like, he was just pushed up out of the water. Like, it doesn't matter. Oh, this other guy also had a near-death experience, chose to come back, and a freaking dolphin brought him to shore. Right? Like, who cares about the steps? Right? So our human mind could have never thought that a dolphin would come and bring this guy to shore. Or, like, all of a sudden, this who knows what buoyancy brought this other guy to the surface of the water, magically healed his lungs. Love will express no matter what is the theme of the message today. So let me use a story that I feel like Spirit showed to me. You know what's cool? And I think this is important to highlight. As you're going through, you know, the body mind goes through life and it has the exposure to movies, music, television, friends, in our culture, right? We're influenced by all the things around us. And those are the things sometimes that Spirit uses to communicate back to you. So when scriptures come back to you, when movie scenes come back to you, and Spirit's trying to show you something, Spirit will communicate to you in a way that's very personal to you, which is so nice. And also very like sweet, you know, like, oh, okay, I get that now. The body mind gets it because the body mind remembers that experience, right? And this totally, Spirit's just saying, this goes to the theme of the message that love uses whatever is available. Doesn't matter. Even if something is seemingly unavailable. So going into the story of, forget about what's going on in the external environment, focus on the internal creation that you have, acknowledge and love the 3D as it is, accept what's going on, quit trying to change it, quit trying to focus on the details of how it happens. So when we speak about Cinderella, this beautiful image, this story has been coming to me in the last few weeks, and I think it's still unfolding. Again, Spirit is just using what's available to communicate to me. And growing up in the Disney movie era, those things come to me a lot, which is cool. Scriptures come to me a lot because I grew up in the church. So, Cinderella, she, you know, got ready for the ball, and she knew the ball was for her to go to, right? She knew in her knower it was for her. Even though she had grown up in this horrible environment, she's like, no, that's for me. I know that's for me. And even though she was terrified, she went to her stepmother and said, hey, I want to go to this, because every eligible maiden is to attend. And that's what I am. So she, you know, the mice, they made her dress, they made her necklace, and, you know, she got all ready. She did everything in the external environment. She did the things. And Spirit says that's okay, right? It's not that we have to like lay down and do nothing. But that doesn't mean that that's what's important. So she did all the work. And then she was getting ready to go, and her stepsisters tore her dress apart. They ripped off her necklace. They pulled her hair down, and she was a mess. And she sat there and she's like, I can't believe anymore. There's nothing to believe in. You know, this is hopeless. And that's where love came in. And love didn't care. She got to the end of herself. She totally let go of the 3D, and she's like, I give up, right? Not that she didn't want to go to the ball. She didn't let go of her desire to go to the ball. The desire was still there. She just was like, resigned. The 3D she had done all her effort in the 3D, and it turned up null. So the fairy godmother, love, spirit, came in, and all she had around her, I mean, if she were to say to herself, how in the heck am I going to get to the ball? I've got, you know, mice, a ripped up dress, my hair's a mess. I got nothing. Bubkiss. And the fairy godmother came in and turned the mice into horses. And the coachman turned the pumpkin into a carriage. Turned her ripped up, tattered dress into a beautiful, beautiful gown. And she had this energy about her when she walked into the ball that it was just there. So Spirit used whatever was there, right? So you're looking at your financial situation and you're like, there's no possible way, right? Like, you're wanting to level up in your job and you're like, the skills aren't there, right? It's not. And Spirit comes and says, oh, look at these mice. They will be horses and coachmen. What? Look at this pumpkin. Oh, I see a beautiful carriage. Look at this ripped dress and this, you know, broken necklace. I'm going to make that into a beautiful gown. So let go of the external. The external doesn't matter. Let it be. And guess what? Cinderella didn't manifest all this stuff when she was like in her high energy and like only was feeling good. She was weeping and beat down and crushed. But she had resigned, and Spirit said, okay, let me take all this mess and let me make it into something beautiful. So you don't have to worry about how you're feeling. As long as you're not making your feelings mean something, right? Feelings can be there and you don't have to be like, oh no, my feelings are going to manifest something terrible. Let go of that. Because what happens then is you get into the fear, and then you fear the fear. So just love and accept that. You can have your feelings, and they don't mean you won't get your manifestation. Spirit will take whatever. So let go of the steps, let go of the facts, let go of the ripped dress, let go of that broken necklace. Let go of looking at that pumpkin and being like, what do you mean that's a carriage? Just keep that feeling in your heart of, I know how I feel. Feel the feeling of going to the ball. Feel that relief. That Spirit is there, and Spirit has it. and then let the beauty unfold as it does. So I hope that resonates for some of you. It sure did for me this week. Just kind of like another way to let go of the 3D. And spirit will reveal itself in any way, right? So spirit is revealing itself in this story as just another means of how to let go. So that it's taking what we know, it's taking what's available to us and revealing itself. So hope that's helpful. Again, as always, if you'd like to book a session with me, my website is seewithash.com. We use Reiki, me, spirit, I use Reiki, energy work, mediumship, and intuitive perception in the moment to kind of help you identify blockages, help you heal, bring through breakthrough, whatever you need in that moment. So I love you guys. Hope that's fun and helpful. Talk soon.